This story broke my heart, as being a mother myself. The mother of a young California girl found dead in a duffel bag has been officially charged with her murder. Police discovered the body of a girl wearing a Future Princess Hero t-shirt dumped along a horseback riding trail in Los Angeles County on March 5th. The girl's upper body was slightly protruding from the rollaway duffel bag. The child was later identified as 9-year-old Trinity Love Jones. Jones's mother, 28-year-old Takesha Graham, was charged Wednesday with 1 count of murder in connection with the little girl's death. She was extradited from Texas to California last week and was initially held on an unrelated warrant. Hunt, Graham's boyfriend, has also been charged with the girl's murder. It's unclear if Graham has a lawyer who can speak on her behalf. Hunt, 38, was convicted of child abuse in 2005, according to the Associated Press. He is scheduled to be arraigned on April 16th. Authorities have not yet announced the cause of death or a motive in Jones's killing. The mother and daughter were reportedly homeless not long before the child's death, which is believed to have occurred on or around March 1st. The victim is being described as joyful and talented, according to the Associated Press. The site where her body was found has been morphed into a memorial full of stuffed animals, heart-shaped balloons, and notes. One of the notes reads, "Rest in heaven, princess." Her father, Anthony Jones, told the news that she was full of character, full of life, full of joy. "Words cannot explain what I'm feeling right now," he told the news. "I just want answers. I just want justice." 8 years before, a former Long Beach woman was charged with killing her daughter, Trinity Love Jones, and dumping the body on a walking track. She was accused of abusing and neglecting the then 1-year-old child, according to a report from the Los Angeles Department of Human Services. The report includes an allegation of sexual abuse because Takesha Graham was a registered sex offender. Public Affairs Director for DCFS. She said DCFS found the sexual abuse allegation unfounded and the allegation of neglect inconclusive. Trinity appeared to be healthy, nourished, developing appropriately without any signs of trauma or abuse, and was visibly bonded to her mother, according to the statement from DCFS. The social worker interviewed the mother and other contacts and assessed the living conditions of the home, which were all appropriate. According to the standard policy and with the review of supervisors, the referral was closed. The March 18th report was provided to the Southern California News Group after it asked DCFS for reports pertaining to Jones. Under the Senate Bill 39, case files pertaining to a child who died as a result of neglect or child abuse must be released to the public with limitations. The report on Jones is heavily redacted. Names, addresses, and certain details were blacked out prior to releasing documents under SB 39, information that identifies any person or institution other than the county or state Department of Social Services, information that would jeopardize a criminal investigation, proceeding, or information that is privileged and confidential is redacted, according to Vega. DCFS received 1 call to the Child Protection Hotline regarding Jones on June 13th of 2011. What the caller, who was not identified, said was blacked out. Social workers went to the mother's home to assist the safety and well-being of the child. Vega said the only referral to their department involving Jones was in 2011, and the child's primary caregiver then was the mother. The primary caregiver has a history of abuse or neglect as a child, has a criminal history, has mental health problems, and has a drug problem, marijuana, according to the report. Monique Williams, who is Graham's attorney in the homicide case, says she was not aware of the 2011 allegation of neglect and cannot comment on it. Sheriff's homicide detectives believe Jones was killed March 1st, and the duffel bag containing her body dumped the same day near a walking trail. On March 5th, a Los Angeles County Parks and Recreation crew arrived to clear bush and brush and discovered Jones's body protruding from the bag. The DCFS report said she was wrapped in a blanket. 3 days later, Graham and Hunt were stopped in Texas, and authorities arrested Graham on a warrant for a parole violation. Hunt drove back to California, where detectives found him the next day sleeping in his parked SUV near the San Diego International Airport. And investigators arrested him. Graham is a registered sex offender. She pleaded no contest in 2009 to enticing a girl for prostitution in San Bernardino County and was sentenced to 44 days in county jail and 5 years probation. Graham violated probation in 2010, 2011, and 2014. In 2016, the court revoked her probation again, but this time sentenced her to 2 years in prison. Trinity Love Jones was scarred from head to toe. The slain 9-year-old's body had so many injuries that a medical examiner performing an autopsy had to draw several diagrams to document them all. Evidence showed that the girl had been abused for months, beaten, denied food, and bearing an infection on her feet that made it hard for her to wear shoes. As a preliminary hearing this week in a Pomona courtroom, prosecutors outlined the serious injuries the girl suffered before her 2019 death and provided new details, including text messages and videos that led investigators to suspect the girl's mother and her boyfriend of killing her. In court, investigators read aloud text messages in which Hunt and Graham wrote of punishing the girl and complained that she kept urinating on herself. Trinity is going to get it, Graham texted Hunt after one such incident. In another exchange from January 2019, Graham asked Hunt to show Trinity the text she has sent. "We were talking about giving you a burrito. You messed up." In interviews with investigators, Hunt and Graham said that 2 weeks before her death, the girl fell and hit her head. LA County Sheriff's Detective Mark Bisvert testified there was a large lump on her forehead, and her left and right eyes had begun to swell. She became lethargic and started to slur her words, Graham said. Graham told investigators that on February 28th, she woke up and noticed Trinity was congested. She said she gave their child Pedialyte soup and a bagel, then took a shower. When she got out, she noticed that Trinity's teeth were clenched and she was having a seizure, the detective said. That afternoon, Graham went to work at a dollar store while Hunt waited in the parking lot. Trinity was in the back seat of the car sleeping. Graham told investigators when Graham got off work about 9:30 p.m., the three returned to a hotel and Hunt carried the girl back to the room. Later that night, Graham checked on Trinity and noticed she wasn't breathing. She told authorities her first thought was that Hunt had placed a pillow over Trinity's face while they were in the SUV earlier that evening. Hunt told investigators that he woke up at 3 a.m. March 1st and noticed that the child was not breathing. He said he and Graham freaked out because of their criminal histories, but told each other we didn't do anything wrong. Graham said she wanted to call 911, but Hunt persuaded her not to and suggested putting the girl's body in a dumpster, which angered her. She also said she didn't take the child to the hospital after the fall because she was afraid of getting in trouble. Just before 6 a.m. March 1st, surveillance footage from the Budget Inn in Santa Fe Springs shows Hunt carrying a body wrapped in a blanket. About 30 minutes later, video from cameras at a Walmart shows Hunt purchasing 2 shovels, a throw blanket, and a lighter. At 11:36 a.m., Hunt and Graham were spotted at a discount store purchasing a rollaway duffel bag that was identical to the one the girl was found in. Aguilera also testified that tracking data showed that Graham, who wore an ankle monitor because she was on parole, was in the area where her daughter was discovered for about 30 to 40 minutes March 1st. Please, anybody that has seen or suspects any kind of abuse or neglect, please call the Child Abuse Hotline. These poor innocent children don't deserve this. It breaks my heart.